Hey sis, how you doing today? What's your name? I can't hear you, sis. Abigail. Come closer. I can't hear you, sis. Cynthia. All right, Cynthia. That was my aunt's name. All right, Cynthia. Do you know what we out here doing today? I see you looking at these pictures that we have here. What do you think this is about?
Our heritage.
Correct. This is about our heritage. The so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans have lost their heritage, Cynthia. We've lost everything about us, all right? I apologize.
Aunt Cynthia.
Cynthia, look at this sign over here for me right quick. On this sign, it says the 12 tribes of Israel, okay? This is God's chosen people in the earth, okay? Where do you fall at on that sign? Where do you fall at on that sign, Cynthia? Me, I fall under the tribe of Judah, so-called American black, okay? That's what they call us here in America. They call us African American, right? Is African American our real nationality? Is that our real identity? That's two countries. Leo Scipio Africanus and Amerigo Vespucci, those are the two men who conquered these two countries, and they was named after their name.
Right.
Okay?
Bring it up.
We're not the sons and daughters of two white men, are we? So how can we be African American? We have to come into the Bible and get our identity out of the Bible according to God.
That's right.
You understand? We have a name, and we're from the tribe of Judah, as you can see on the sign.
Right.
So when you read the word Judah in the Bible, it's talking about your people. You understand? We're not African American. We're not Negro. Give me Deuteronomy 28:37. We're not all these different names that we're called here in the earth. When we go fill out a job application, what do we put on there? We check the box, African American. It's all lies. Listen to what God says about it, sis.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 37. Bring it out. And thou shalt become an astonishment.
God says that his people, the Israelites, will become an astonishment. What's an astonishment? It's an amazement. We are amazement in the earth. Look at how we've endured so much hell and hatred and murder and being killed and all these different things.
Bring it out.
Yet we're still having children in the earth. We're not the minority. You understand? We have more people on this earth than the other nations.
Right.
Read.
And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb.
God says that his people, the Israelites, will become a proverb. What is a proverb? A proverb is like a wise saying. If you want to hide anything from a black man, where do you put it? In a book, right? Because our people hate to read. You understand? But God says that we will become an astonishment and a proverb. Read.
And a byword.
A byword is being called outside of your God-given name. Like I asked you, what was your nationality? You said what? African American. God is not calling his people African Americans.
That's right.
God does not look at these so-called black people on this planet and call them African Americans.
Right.
He don't want, you're not African American. It's a lie. Read.
And a byword among all nations, whether the Lord shall lead thee.
God says we would be called outside of our God-given name in all nations, all countries where we've been scattered on the earth. It don't matter if you're in China, what they gonna call you? African American. They might even call you Negro. They might not say it out loud, but that's a byword that's been placed on our people. I don't care if you're in Japan, China, the Philippines, wherever you are.
Bring it up.
They won't call you what God calls you in the Bible, from
Right.
the tribe of Judah.
Teacher.
Now notice it says that our people were scattered across all the earth. Give me that in Deuteronomy, is it 4:27? Give me that Deuteronomy 4:27. Because all these people on this sign have something in common. We all went into slavery. Come look at these pictures right here. This is the southern kingdom of Israel, the so-called Negroes in the earth, right? Look at these pictures. These are real pictures of the atrocities that our people have went through here in America. Being sold on auction blocks, right? Cash for the highest paid men, women, and children. That's not something that a man and women should have to go through, and our children. These are curses that God put on us for breaking his commandments.
That's right.
Slavery was not by accident. It happened because of our sins.
Right.
Read what you got.
Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 27. And the Lord shall scatter you.
Wait. It says, who would scatter us?
And the Lord shall scatter you.
God is the one who scattered the so-called blacks and Hispanics and Native Americans across the four corners of the earth.
That's
It was
right.
God that did that. Read it again.
And the Lord shall scatter you among the nations.
God said, I'm going to scatter my people across the four corners of this earth. Read.
And ye shall be left few in number among the heathen, whither the Lord shall lead you.
God says he will scatter his people across the four corners of this earth. Let's see why. Give me Deuteronomy 28 and 15. You know who Moses is, right, sis? When you look at TV, what they portray Moses as? You seen the movie Ten Commandments? What did Moses look like in Ten Commandments? Did he look like your complexion? No, he was a white man. He was a white man.
T-Jock.
Do you think there's something wrong with that? Have you ever seen anybody outside of your complexion, meaning the black, Hispanics, and Native Americans, in servitude? No, you won't see that because it doesn't exist. It was our people that went into captivity, and we're going to see why. Read.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15.
Bring it out.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So Moses is prophesying to the Israelites, which consists of the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Moses says, if you do not hearken, meaning to listen to God's laws, let's see what Moses said would happen to his people. Read.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses,
That all these what?
curses,
You heard that? God says, but Moses told the people, he said, if you don't keep God's laws, curses will do what?
shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
You can't tell me that the black, Hispanic, and Native American man is not cursed in America today.
Right.
In the four corners of the earth.
Bring it
You
out.
cannot come up here and tell me that we are not cursed. Look at what's going on right now. Our brother just got a knee on his neck and he died. That's cursed in the earth. You don't see that happening to any other nation, any other nationalities.
Right.
I have yet to see a Chinese man go to the store, cops come and put him on the ground and put a knee in his neck. You know why? Because he's not God's chosen people.
That's right.
You're the one being cursed in the earth because you broke God's laws.
That's right.
Cursed shall thou be in the city.
Cursed shalt thou be in the city. Right here in the city of Dallas, sis. Are we not cursed? You don't even know if you walk outside at night if somebody might kill you. You don't know if you get stopped by the cops. Don't you have a fear that something could happen to you? Don't you have a fear that your life might be taken from you and you might not have even done anything wrong? God says that would happen to his people, Cynthia, because we broke God's laws. Finish reading it.
And cursed shall thou be in the field.
God says we will be cursed in the city. I don't care if you're in Dallas. I don't care if you're in Plano. I don't care if you're in Richardson. It doesn't matter. These curses will follow you. Read. All right, read that again.
Cursed shall thou be in the city, and cursed shall thou be in the field.
God says his people will be cursed in the city and cursed in the fields. Look at these pictures, sis. These were the curses on our forefathers and our foremothers for breaking God's commandments. Now, even today, draw it up to today. Look at our children. What's happening to our children in the home? If the so-called white man is not happy with how you discipline them, what can they do to you? They can send you to jail. They can take your kids away. Give me that. Read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
God says your sons and your daughters will be given unto another people. In historic times, what did that happen? You ever seen the movie Roots?
Yeah.
You remember when Kizzy was on the porch crying for her daughter and her son? Because what happened to him? So-called white man said, hey, I'm going to take these kids and ship them off to give them to another slave master. Right? That happened. That's a historical fact. They love to show that on TV, right? And we watch it, but we're not putting the clues together. Who is it happening to? It's happening to us.
Right.
It's happening to God's chosen people. Because we broke his laws, Cynthia. We got to come back to who we are, Cynthia. We got to start keeping God's laws.
That's right.
The Christian church has failed us.
Bring it out.
The Christian church has failed the black and Hispanic man. They're not doing nothing for our people. I have yet to see T.D. Jakes out here with a microphone teaching his people. I have yet to see Creflo Dollar on the street corner teaching his people.
Right.
You know why? Because he don't give a damn about you.
That's right.
The only thing he wants from you is your money. He wants you to come in, give him money to support his lifestyle. But he's not going to teach you who you are according to the Bible.
That's right.
He's not going to tell you that you're the greatest thing on this earth and it is time for you to repent and keep God's commandments.
Bring it out.
Give me Deuteronomy 7 and 6. Deuteronomy 7 and 6. Listen up, Cynthia. And for y'all across the street, listen up as well.
Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6. Bring it out. Thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
God says, you are a holy people unto God. He's not talking about everybody on the planet, Cynthia. He's only talking about his people. That's the problem in Christianity. They teach this universal doctrine, salvation for all, but they're not telling you why only blacks and Hispanics are the ones that's getting killed and lynched in the streets. They're not teaching you and telling you that. Read.
For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee.
God says he chose you, Cynthia. He said he chose me. He chose y'all across the street. You're the chosen people of God.
That's right.
That's something to be proudful and happy about. When you see the Chinese man, when you see the so-called white man, when you see these Arabs and these other nations, guess what? God says you're the chosen one. You're the one his chosen.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.